Hey guys, welcome to Proko. My name is Prokopenko. This is Cesar Santos. We're in Balboa Park at the San Diego Museum of Art. We're gonna walk around, look at some master paintings.
Yeah, I would love to talk about
some masters.
Dissecting those paintings up.
Yep. And then we're gonna pick one. We're gonna do some master studies, talk about the importance of master studies, and show you guys how we do it. Except we're not gonna really spend much time on it. But we're gonna do a little sketch version.
Yeah, give them a little taste of what it is, and yeah.
Cool. So let's go.
Let's hit it. Check this out.
What?
The kid.
Oh, I think he's about to jump. Do you see that? Oh, you see that? That's awesome. European art, right here.
This is kind of early.
Okay. What year? Don't look, take a guess.
This has to be 15 something.
Damn, dude, you're good. 1540.
But look, for instance, this is interesting because they already were learning how to compress the value. So this is something that they had advanced. No grass looks this dark in nature.
Right.
Especially when she's lit up and the sky is blue. And so I always point it out or realize it because those are decisions that the artist was making on purpose, and we're not victims of what's in front of us, as the Impressionists were doing. So we have, even though we do academic or classical training, we really don't. We're doing a mixture of rendering in the Impressionistic approach, which is look and copy. I like to point out also how the thing that they had, that they were not controlling yet, was the edge control. And they could have loosened this edge here, but they actually marked it because they knew there was a difference between this and that, so they actually divided it. They didn't know the power of lost and found edges. So everything is described very detailed, very informative, telling the story too much.
Yeah, I see that a lot in newer artists.
Yeah, it's interesting.
They look at little details and they start dabbing, like little leaves and stuff and grass blades, like little grass blades instead of capturing the picture.
Also, the local colors is interesting. Like the grass is green, the sky is blue, the rock is gray, and the flesh is pink. So everything is local color altered with the details. So also, I tell the students, when you see the sky, if it's blue, it's obviously blue. Let's try to look for colors that are not there, so you can add the broken color feeling to it, and it looks more advanced.
Yeah.
So those are like nice elements to point out in paintings like this, that normally people come to the museum, see this and skip it because they know that there are better things to look at.
Right.
And I'm like, no, wait, this is where you're doing, so you should.
This is what you're doing.
Yeah. This is kind of what you're doing.
That pinky is broken.
That's what I wanted to talk to you because you control structure and know it way more than me, because we kind of studied with a little bit more optical feeling to it and kind of look at it and generalize the big form. But every time I see you like describe the structure and like simplifying hair is super difficult for me. Like.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't know how to, like, let's say if I take a picture, I don't know how to draw it architecturally. No, honestly. Actually, I wanted to get your picture that I want to draw of you, that I want.
Okay.
And say, okay, show me how you do, because I tried and it didn't really do that good. So.
Interesting. Okay. Yep. Sure. We could talk about that.
Yeah.
Simplifying hair into big blocky forms. Most people have a hard time with that because you see a million strands, but you have to look past it and just imagine if you were going to sculpt it in clay, you can't sculpt it with little hairs. You have to start with a big block of something, and that's the simple form.
So this when I'm having a conversation with someone that wants to learn how to paint, in that sense, like sometimes they want to copy exactly what the flesh color formula is, and this is an example that we were talking about, because you can see that it's just a principle within the flesh, the complexion, but you can adjust it back and forth.
Wow, but I think this is a bad example of it. of like flesh tone can be in it, because it's like the flesh tones in here don't follow. It doesn't look like they're in the same room. They're like not even in the same environment. They're completely different. You know what I mean? Like this guy, his shadows are very red, super warm. This guy is super green. Why isn't any of the warmth from his arm bouncing up into his arm? He's not in the same environment as that guy. I don't feel like they're together because of that. The light doesn't connect them.
So you wouldn't like this, like you wouldn't say, oh, I don't like this painting because of that, or would you?
I like the painting because of
pictorial aspects of it.
I like the way the story feels, and the anatomy actually looks really good to me, other than the hand that you pointed out. But if I was to look at the black and white version of this, I think I would love it. I think this is great. The colors just don't seem to harmonize. I mean, look at the drapery in there. The shadow should reflect that red, or the red should reflect into the shadow of the blue.
Yeah,
but it's not. So they're not in the same environment.
Yeah, it's very naive, no? It's very
I mean, probably because he didn't paint them together like this. He painted this guy, probably sitting there, and then this guy came in and he painted him, right? They weren't together.
Yeah, but I don't. For the time that they were painting this, I think they were painting from drawings. So I think this is more like a decision. Maybe this painting was a little far, like up in a place or something, and they wanted to give color, because now we have, look at me, like I'm ridiculous, right? Like this is too bright.
Oh, so the red is just as bright as your red.
Yeah, but back in the day, everything was brown, earth colors. So they exaggerated that to give the sense
so
of
it
like,
wasn't actually that red.
Yeah, this is Hollywood. This is
okay,
like,
but still, even if it was brown, some brown would reflect into that blue.
No, I meant the life. Like
they wanted to
like
exaggerate the differences in the colors? Is that what you mean?
No, I meant like life back then. Like they came in a black horse with a brown chariot, and then they walking through a stone steps.
Okay.
And then by the time everything was like not saturated, right? So by the time they got in the room, they wanted, the painters used the colors that they had, the pigments, the only way, because nobody's dressed like with this.
Okay.
So then they exploited the power of color to narrate the story of the worker, and that he's burned, and then the guy is like kind of sick and he's green. Like it's more like the narrative of it. So they exaggerate it so that the people will be like, oh wow.
Okay.
I don't know.
But I get it. I get that. But don't you? I mean, do you think that if he made slightly more accurate reflected lights, it would ruin that story?
Oh no, but they had to wait a couple of 100 years to learn that and then do it.
Oh, you don't think they knew about reflected light?
Yes, but not like color harmony in the naturalistic way like that. I think that developed after. The 19th century, Bouguereau, all these people were doing it in a more subtle way. It's true, like trying to fix a painting that isn't that good.
No, it's actually really good. That's like one thing I don't like about it. It's the color harmonies.
Yeah, it's too much. Oh yeah, like I had a fever. Oh wow, they have a Bouguereau here? Wow.
So, I mean, the biggest thing that I'm noticing in this one is the way he uses light. He's not just making everything lit up. Like her face is mostly shadow, because he's comfortable with using light to tell the story.
Yeah.
He's not afraid to make the face dark.
Yeah, no.
Because he knows that it will actually be more powerful if he makes the face darker, because it's against the light background.
Well, this guy is amazing.
But he is bringing the attention more to the hands, right? What do you think?
Well, since this set up in a way that this is our eye level, I want to make sure, I just step back because I want to make sure.
I'll take that back actually.
Yeah, I want to make
it's
sure
the
that
face.
we see it from far, but you know that's interesting because it's true, when we're standing here, it's more contrast, we have more contrast in the body.
Yeah, but when you step back, there's actually more contrast at the top.
On the top. And look at from here, actually, we don't see the front of the skirt. Like
it blends in.
Just blends in, and that's why, in contrast to what we were looking before, that they would just do it. The guys in there wouldn't have brought in the browns from the grass and the dirt into the dress. It would have been like straight up blue and then straight up brown and then sharp edge between them. Yeah, they own it. Wow, that's amazing. Like that.
I'm gonna do a study of this.
You will?
No, you want to? Sargent, right?
All right, so get close so I can copy you.
Copy me, you're copying. Why would you copy me?
Structure.
The structure is right there. I actually didn't know that you. I didn't notice that about your work, that you soften edges.
What?
I didn't. No, I didn't even pay attention.
Thank you for looking at my work.
No. I didn't know that was a thing. You know what I mean?
Look at my copies, bro.
Yeah, but no. Okay, here, let me see this. Let me see.
okay,
Can I?
so-
Do you mind if I hold it?
Yeah, no, it's yours.
So.
Okay, so look at the first painting.
Yeah.
I set the mood.
Oh,
with
that
something.
is awesome. That's cool, man. That's in your sketchbook. Why wouldn't you do that on like a canvas? I'm so afraid to touch this right now.
Why? Get out of here.
It's like you got like masterpieces on every page.
No, man.
This isn't a sketchbook. These are like, this is like,
No, it's a sketchbook. You can draw it, you can erase it. Super cool.
that's awesome. Well, we will look through this.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Put
That's a legit sketchbook.
Sketchbooks for me are so like interesting because you can just be yourself, you know?
True. The drawing is going to be different than how he shows it with a brush. You could still study the edge.
Yeah.
You just have to put it down differently.
Yeah.
Is it charcoal?
Yeah, it's dust. It's charcoal dust, but compressed.
Does it stay on? Or if you blow on it, it'll come off of your paper?
It stays.
It stays.
Yeah, because you grind it with this. You go.
Oh, well, I'm going to learn something from you, for sure. How much time do you think we should spend on it?
30 minutes?
30?
Depends what you want.
I can't do anything in 30 minutes. How are you going to study that in 30 minutes?
Let's do an hour then.
You starting?
No, I'm just checking. That's just like testing.
Are we competing here?
Competing about no.
I don't want to get my ass beat.
I'm competing with myself.
And with Sargent? Are you trying to beat his
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna
Trying to improve it?
Yeah, there's a good
Is that what we're doing? All right, I'm gonna draw now. I'm gonna do a little study. Oh. You broke it?
Yeah, but I just put it in.
I have more.
Oh no.
Oh, okay. Oh, you were doing it wrong. That's why you. Did you use the little guides in there? These things? Oh my god! I get to teach you something.
What?
It's way too long. Okay, so you start with the one on the right, I believe. See how much longer it is? It doesn't go in all the way. So what you do is,
Grab
boom,
it to the end.
grab it on. That's the length that you want to start with. You do it,
Okay,
and then you go to this one,
Yeah, but that's just
and then you do a little
theory.
longer. Okay, so you start with this one, grab it,
This blew my mind.
okay, and then if you want a longer taper, you go in this one, it makes it a little bit longer.
Damn, son.
And then it's done.
What?
And then you clean it, and you already know that you clean it in that thing, but
Man, no, I knew about the cleaning, but not this.
yeah, that
I
gives you
always
the
like leave it
optimal
super
length.
long, and I go.
That's why it breaks.
But I never.
Because the
I hardly
sharpener in
break
there,
it though. It's
if
funny.
it goes too deep, it'll just break it.
No, you blew my mind right now because I always do it, just guessing like that. Just
Yeah, that's why they break. No. Do you think I should do just the face or the face and the shirt?
You should do everything.
I don't know if I could do everything. I want to focus in a little bit more on the face.
Yeah, that's true. Most people ask me, "Oh, what do I study? What do I do?" I'm like, "Go to the museums and just sit down and do it." Like this is a whole school. It's a whole course. Straight lines,
Yes.
like big
Angles.
big angles, big.
Angles.
See, I pick it up from here like this.
Yeah, okay.
And then I just deliver it in whatever area I want to apply it. So it's like a cool.
Beautiful, man. I like that. I'll have to try it out with the background.
Mm-hmm. So I try to create mood from the beginning too, because if I become too attached to the
Yeah, every little line.
yeah,
Yeah.
and especially with Sargent, you know, maybe with a different artist, like more tight. But Sargent will let me. It'll be nice.
It would be nice.
Do you divide your compositions at first like with simple values? Like you say, okay, this whole scene I'm gonna do 3 values, or do you?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I simplify values.
Awesome.
Like right now, I'm thinking of just 2. Shadows and lights.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just blocking in big value shape, like big shadow shapes.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go in and start figuring out like the things within it. Mind if I use your stick thing?
Yeah, try it out.
This, just like this?
Yeah, pick it up like that. And then you will see how much to put it on top of it.
Interesting. Ooh. Nice.
It's like painting almost.
Yeah, that's cool. It's just so much better.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's softer, it's like, it can give that. It can give
Yeah,
that
for the big effect, this is
transition.
way better. And I can get halftones real quick. Wow, everybody's in here now.
I know.
I love this, dude.
Yeah? You didn't know about that?
I'm gonna freaking start using this stuff.
I thought you were like a fan of that because it looks like very useful for you when you do it.
It is, man.
You're gonna become softer.
I'm pissed off at you that you didn't tell me about this before.
Oh, I've been trying to call you for months.
Ah, damn.
Finally, you accepted.
I gave you a fake phone number.
Oh, I will do the face, but later. Like I wanna do the face when I kind of earn it, because I force myself to do the value exercise.
Yeah.
And I love portraiture so much that I want to kind of like just go to it. Like I'm just working around the face.
Yeah, I do like little pieces. Like I'll put a little bit too much detail in one little area, and that kind of establishes a little bit more for the rest.
Like it helps for the rest of
Yeah. And I'll put like the darkest value in an area, just so it sets up the whole piece. It's like I could see the lightest and the darkest.
Mm-hmm. I love comparing like elements of portraiture or drawing or paintings to life. Like I love like dark. It's like the night is dark and you are kind of like afraid of it in a way when you're exposed to it, and then when you make a section dark, it gives that also that mystery unknown, and then you combine it with the light, the bright, the solo show, and the clear stuff that you're not afraid of it. Then you have to be more crisp and more open to it. Like I love comparing like metaphors like that.
It's all too deep for me, man.
Too deep?
Too deep for me.
That's what she said. I think I'm making some big ass errors on this face. Something's really wrong.
Well, you think you're actually making like giant errors?
No.
Yours at least looks like a child. I've destroyed this entire area where the lips are.
Yeah, but
The paper is just completely destroyed, and I can't get the lip shape. It's just a big, so like.
You're gonna start seeing the underneath the.
Yeah. All right. I gotta get those lips. Sargent, I hate you, man.
You know what? It's great to do copies because you get an attachment to something that maybe just even if you looked for 4 hours and you drew for 20 minutes, you learn more out of in that 20 minutes. You know, I'm always encouraging anybody to draw because it's incredible amount of information that you can find out by just meticulously scanning the thing. So I'm glad we're doing this.
Yeah. It's fun too. It's like
So much fun.
I mean, look, we're sitting in front of a Sargent, right? Like a real Sargent.
Yeah.
And we're just drawing.
That's a luxury.
And there's cameras pointing at us.
You know, that's the thing.
It makes it a little awkward, right? Hard edges all around.
Nice.
Right
Love
in here.
that drawing, man. Damn.
Little edge work in here. He's got these hard edges all around framing the face, like in little spots. But they're not connected. They're like little spots.
Like edges to me, like.
They're not. It's not like one giant cutout. It's like a little sharp here, a little sharp here, a little sharp here, and your eye will.
Enough. Yeah.
But it keeps it interesting. I'm missing those sharp edges on the eye though. That's like big one.
There's some contrast.
Another thing though that we might not be thinking about as we're doing the white is that it creates a temperature shift as well.
Yeah, it becomes cool, huh?
Yeah, the white is a cool and then the paper is warm. If there's something really cool up there, I have to put a little bit of this as well. And I can't put this.
Values? You're matching, I mean, temperature?
It feels off if you're not a little bit. You gotta think about it a little bit. Like if I start putting a little bit of this into the shadow, it'll look really bad because the shadow should stay warm.
Well, but if you need your shadows to be lighter, you just pick
Yeah, exactly. So pick with the eraser
of
instead.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. It's
I
like,
know, because even me, I have to erase where I'm gonna put the white because I want the white to be on the paper, not against the
Yes.
graphite. Yeah.
Cheater. Cheater. Get back here.
Okay, I couldn't see this. My shapes are gonna be so wrong in the Chinese letters, but like some guy in China be like, you misspelled that word.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to get up there to give a couple of accents to the face, but from here I kind of see it properly, you know. I didn't want to. Oh, look who's cheating now. No, I'm gonna go.
Oh my God.
What happened?
It looks so different in the light. The highlights just like, look at the highlights in the face. It's like, they're like glowing.
We were looking for contrast in the dark.
No, in the darks they don't glow. The highlights don't glow that much.
What do you mean?
It's like the white charcoal has like, it glows when light hits it. But in the shadow, it's a lot more muted.
Yeah, so you were pushing it, yeah.
I was pushing it into way too much. I think I'm done.
Yeah? Okay, you can stop.
You keep going, man.
No.
What's John? Who's John Alfred? John Alfred.
That was there
That's a boy?
because
That's a boy?
Oh crap, I think it is a boy.
There you
so
go.
he did the painting for the lady. So maybe that's her son. And John.
Every time we say girl
That is
on
a
video, you just
boy.
go beep, beep.
Ah man.
That's a beep.
I mean, I guess I could see it now.
It's very gender non-specific.
Yeah, it's the long hair, but if I cut out the hair, it looks like a boy. If I just...
Dude, when kids are young, they're really like, they don't have like, they're just them, man.
Yeah. Ah.
That was nice, man.
Do you get this problem?
A little bit, yeah.
Not as much as me.
No, because I was using more graphite than charcoal.
That's true.
You were more, into it. With the charcoal.
I was more into it. I went in. More aggressive with it.
You were sculpting.
I'm gonna go wash my hands.